discretion is advised. The following episode of Scary Parre contains graphic descriptions, disturbing subject matter, and real-life accounts of violence, crime, and trauma. These stories may be unsettling and are not suitable for children or viewers who are sensitive to graphic content. The content presented is for educational and discussion purposes only. We do not glorify violence, nor do we intend to exploit the victims involved. Listener discretion is strongly advised. If you choose to continue, brace yourself.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Scary Parre Podcast, where we just don't tell the story. We walk through the timeline, the evidence, the silence, the whispers, and the parts that just don't seem right. Tonight, we're talking about the death of 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins, a young woman from Chicago who went to a hotel party in Rosemont, Illinois, and never came home. By the next day, she would be found dead inside a walk-in freezer at the Crowne Plaza Chicago O'Hare hotel. Police said it was an accident. Her family said something wasn't right. And the internet became its own courtroom. Tonight on Scary Parre, we're diving in. This episode contains discussions of violent crimes, manipulation, and murder. Listener discretion is strongly advised. We ask that if this content is becoming too much for you, we do ask that you remove yourself from the live. Come back when you're ready. Also, to the family of the deceased, our grievances are with you during your time of grief and healing. We pray that you are able to get through this as quickly as you can. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and put up our show flyer here. Oh, that's the background. Alrighty, so this beautiful girl here, her name is Kenneka Jenkins, and she is known as the girl in the freezer, or Kenneka Jenkins, aka Forever 19. She was born in 1997 and she passed in 2017. We are doing this in a two-part episode because there's so much to unpack here. So I, your host, Parre T, along with
your girl Marla B.
And the B stand for about to break down this case because we leaving no stone unturned. I did good. Did good. Okay. So would you like to kick it off or would you like me to go ahead and kick it off?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So who was Kenneka Jenkins? Let's start. Kenneka Jenkins was 19 years old and she was from Chicago's West Side. She was young, social, loved by her family, and by all accounts, she had no idea that one night out with friends would become one of the most viral and controversial cases of the 2010s. She left home late on Friday, September 8th, 2017, reportedly around 11:30 p.m. and headed to a private party at the Crowne Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. The hotel was not some abandoned building. This was a functioning hotel near the Chicago O'Hare, so near the airport, full of hallways, elevators, kitchens, staff areas, cameras, guests, and security. And yet, somehow, Kenneka still vanished. So I remember when this case first broke news or broke social media news. I remember it like it was yesterday. Let's look back like it was yesterday. Did you look back?
No.
All right. Respect. But I remember it like it was yesterday. And it was the year of was it 2016? It couldn't have been 2016. I think that date on that thing is wrong. Because it was 2017. Okay. So I remember it like I remember it because my best friend at the time, Markina, and shout out to her if she's viewing, me and her stayed up to 3:00 in the morning when this broke. We were looking at the evidence. We were looking at the TikTok videos. We were looking at the Facebook lives that was happening on. We were full throttle in full investigative mode because we all wanted to know how did she end up dead, for one? And it seemed like this took more precedence over her dying. How did she end up in the freezer?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like that's what really had this case in a chokehold, was not because homegirl unfortunately passed. It was more so, how did her body end up in the freezer? How did she get there? How did she get from room A, where she was at, to freezer? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. So let's talk about the hotel party. Okay. So according to Rosemont police, Kenneka arrived at the Crowne Plaza around 1:13 a.m. on a Saturday, September 9th. On Saturday, September 9th, to attend a private hotel room party. Now I see why my mama didn't let me go to them private hotel parties. Just Police later said they believed at least 31 people were inside the hotel room that night. By September 15th, detectives had interviewed 25 people, with 16 confirmed to have been in the room, while they were still trying to identify others. That details matters because this case was not just about where Kenneka went, it was also about who was around her, who last saw her, who had her phone, and why her friends left the hotel without her. So, you got your picture glasses on?
Mhm.
Okay. Picture this: a hotel room party, people drinking, music playing, phones recording, people going live, people coming in and out. It's loud, it's crowded. Everybody thinks somebody else is paying attention to other things. Then one person disappears, right? So we're picturing this. So picture this: we got a hotel, right? You, me, hotel, boom, hotel party. We kicking it. We kicking it. Go kick it. Go, Mila, kick it.
No.
All right. I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it. Okay. We kicking it. Hang on. I need to see if I can fix something real quick. Let me see. I don't know if it worked. Ready to go live. 1 second. Okay. I just kicked us live on Facebook. So we kicking it, right? We kicking it. We having a good time. Okay. So we're having a good time, and then our friends start to show up. So let's just say, so let's just say the network is there, other podcasts are there, our clique, the people that usually go out, the same people that's going to be at Pay My Body on June 20th, Father's Day weekend, come out. The same people that's going to be there are at our shindig, right? We kicking it, we having fun, and then out of nowhere, that one person disappears. They're not outside, they're not down the street, but they disappear inside the hotel. Isn't that kind of strange?
Mm-mm.
So I guess what would make it strange for me is how, in a room of supposedly 31 people, 31 people, does one girl go missing?
What you mean? It's just like wandering off in the club.
Okay. Okay, so she wandered off. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Do you want me to go ahead and play, since you mentioned the wander? Actually, no, I can go ahead and I'm gonna read this part, and then I'm gonna play the CCTV from the hotel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the last known moments of Kenneka, the official timeline says that Kenneka was seen on CCTV exiting a lower level elevator at about 3:25 a.m. By around 3:32, she was last seen on surveillance moving through a first floor kitchen area. Police said footage and witness statements helped them trace her path from the hotel room to the kitchen. So though some exact steps were not captured because cameras were not located everywhere. I don't know, man. That's a little suspicious.
But they also, her friends that she was at the party with, they also work there.
Okay, so yeah, we got some conspiracy.
Spit it out.
I'm trying conspiracy theories.
Spit that shit out.
All right, respect. Anyway, there is surveillance of her wandering through parts of the hotel, but the public footage does not clearly show her actually entering the freezer. Okay. ABC7 Chicago reported that in more than 30 hours of surveillance video reviewed, you do not see her physically going into the freezer. And that right there is why people could not let this case go. Because when someone says she walked into the freezer, the natural question is, where is the video of that exact moment? And then the second natural question is, how did she get the damn refrigerator open?
So the handle of the freezers, like when they have in hotels, it locks from the outside.
But okay, so I hear you. But she was supposedly inebriated. I mean drunk. I mean, like inebriated.
You know why that is?
Why that she was inebriated?
Yeah, you know why she was so inebriated?
I don't. Hold that thought though, so we can play the CCTV because I think I know where you're going with it.
You don't.
I don't. I never do. I never do. You want to tell me about it first and then I play the CCTV?
No, not really. I'll do it after.
Okay. Alrighty. So the first video I have is about 1 minute and 18 seconds. Okay. It's going to be somebody giving us a pretty much of a breakthrough or a walkthrough of her walking through. Okay.
At 2:25 we see Kenneka walking through this hall. About an hour later, Keela is seen walking the same route. Pay attention to him. Notice how he stays behind the pillar? Fact check me and go watch the footage. He doesn't move from there. Now we see two of Kenneka's friends, acting like they are looking for her. Notice how Monifa has an extra pair of shoes in her hands, and how she stops exactly where Keela is. It's like she stops and talks to him for a sec. I'd like to remind you guys that Monifa and others who attended the hotel party used to work at this hotel and could easily know where cameras are located. Now look at this. Many people say that the two friends are carrying someone or something. The girl in blue will be walking backwards in a sec. People also say they edited footage from different parts of the night and merged them together to hide certain things. A little far-fetched, but possible.
Okay. And then the next video is also a walkthrough. It's just about 23 seconds long. So let's take a look. So the problem that I'm having with the hotel footage is there's other hotel footage that say that people are saying the boxes that are around her as she's walking are supposed to be other people. Here's my issue with that. Cause for a minute I was with it. I'm like, okay, cool. I could see that they're redacting the video to protect the whatever, the innocents or whatever. But I thought about it. Remember in that first video, we were able to see her friends and stuff in that video, and that other person, right? In the first video I showed, we were able to see the guy that walked down towards the pillar, and then we were able to see her friends that also in the video, in that same video. What
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't seem to understand is in the other videos where she's walking through that hotel and is inebriated with the boxes around her, how that couldn't show that it was other people instead of us speculating, oh, the boxes that are close to her is someone else. Well, why didn't it show that it was someone else? You see what I'm saying?
Because the videos was edited. Like if you see the videos of, if you've seen the full videos, the time in the
Mm-hmm.
top right hand corner changes. And in the first video, she had like 3 boxes around her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But I don't know. I still can't get behind as to one. Rosemont Police Department does not have it in their budget to edit somebody out of a hotel security video.
that's the thing. Hotel, they have access to the hotel footage, not not Rosemont Police itself,
But the
the hotel
actual hotel.
employees.
Yeah, the employees, but
And
yes,
if
they
you,
have
it's
access
like
to the footage, but I can uh-huh.
if you work there and you know where everything is, it's not really that hard or that unbelievable.
Okay. Okay. But I just I can't see it. Now at first when like I said, when I first dove into this case, I was able to say, okay, yes, those boxes are around her or are people or supposedly people, but I just can't right now with me re-digging into this case, I can't fully subscribe to the fact that somebody in the hotel knew how to redact people from a video of that magnitude. So you mean to tell me you're able to just zoom, take the people out the video?
It's possible.
Yeah. By all means, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but
Especially if you have somebody who's tech savvy.
it's okay. I can see that. Somebody who's tech savvy, video savvy, and knows how to do
Like,
that. I can see that.
mm,
Mhm.
like I got somebody that taught me how to do that. So it's just like it's not hard if you learn it.
Okay. Okay. Um, so let's get back to the party, right? So they had this party, and so police said there was at least 31 people inside the hotel room that night. They were inebriated. Um, as far as as far as the guests, they had been drinking, they had been smoking. It was a lot to play into this. You said you knew something about her being inebriated.
So it's it's this drug called topramate, and if you take
Mm-hmm.
it with alcohol, you get disoriented,
Mm.
and it's not hard to get, especially if it's prescribed. Topramate is supposed to be for depression and
Right.
supposed to help with whatever mental state you got going on. So when you
Mm-hmm.
mix that together, it just it's an enhancement for alcohol. And so with that being said, they found that, you know, in the autopsy in her
Okay, I
system.
was just getting ready to ask, was that found in her autopsy or toxicology report?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so yes, that would make sense as to why she was so inebriated because when you're on those mental health medications, for instance, Latuda, Seroquel, Topamax, which is what you're referring to, lithium, taking alcohol on those does intensify the side effects of those, which most of the time, 9 times out of 10, the side effects is drowsiness. So
Mhm.
she was probably just like, fishing and I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like tired. She was probably tired. Um, so multiple news outlets described the release of the surveillance footage as showing Kenneka appearing disoriented, stumbling, ooh, almost fell, stumbling, bumping into walls, and moving along through the hotel. Time reported that the police believed she entered the freezer voluntarily. though the camera did not capture the freezer door moment itself. CBS News reported that Rosemont police released surveillance footage to Kenneka's mother in the Cook County Medical Examiner office. So they're saying that um that they have that footage of her entering into the freezer, but they only released it to Kenneka's mother into the Cook County Medical Examiner. And the only reason why they released it to the medical examiner is because on that footage it had a timestamp. So at a timestamp of when she entered and from the timestamp of when the police came and got her, and the medical examiner was able to say, yes, she died in the freezer due to hypothermia because she was in there from X
4 hours.
this long. Yes, she was in there for this long and this long. So they only released that. Dang, Timu is blowing me up. They only released that um to her mother and to the medical examiner. Okay. Let's kind of get into. Are you ready to get into that video?
Mhm.
Okay. Before we get into that video, let me read this disclosure again. This episode contains discussions of violent crimes, manipulation, and murder. Listener discretion is strongly advised. This episode, we have a video that may be SA triggering. If you feel triggered, please remove yourself from the live for about 5 minutes and then come back and partake in this discussion. However, the video we are playing is 1 minute and 2 seconds long. Just to give a brief overview, this is moments before Kenneka is leaving the room. Okay?
What y'all can do? What the fuck? Arnisha ain't hit me. Is that the one for me? Check it out. Yeah.
I am enjoying my I'm telling you.
You want to go first?
I mean, you can see through her glasses. For one, you can see through her glasses. You could hear her in the background saying, "I'm not drunk," and that she's having a good time. And I don't know, me being me, she's probably one of those people when she gets drunk, she gets quiet. Because she was already a quiet person. Yeah, she was outgoing and stuff like that, but that's around her friends. But when she gets drunk, she's probably one of those, people that just to herself. So people thinking something wrong with her and thinking, oh, she's not having a good time. She's not. If she's saying she's not drunk, she's not drunk. But you can hear her slurring her words.
That's not what I was hearing. So I heard her say that.
Besides the help me part, yeah. But I'm saying, like, after that.
So since the video first dropped, that video, of course, was edited down for TikTok. When the original video came out, when she was on live, because I remember when that video dropped, her live dropped. In the glasses that she had, because they were reflective, you could see everything on that.
Was edited. You could see her through those glasses. Everything that happened.
Everything that was going on that other bed, and this was cut down for time purposes and TikTok purposes. Everything that was going on that other bed, you could see happening in her glasses. You could hear her calling
That's
out.
why she kept moving, because
That's why
you
she
could hear
kept
her.
moving, because you could see that and that's why you can also hear her say, "Turn the music up." Like in the original video, or like in this video, the music cuts out. She's like, "Turn that music on," or whatever she said. The music is louder. You can hear the music. You can hear the music audibly get louder. And then in the original video, I remember that somebody was turned down the music, and you heard Kenneka screaming. You heard her screaming, and her friend that was just in the glasses. And I don't even know why we're calling her friend, because that hoe wasn't her friend at all. Her friend was turn the music back up. So can I let you know my theory and hear me out? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Lila, are you ready for my theory?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we now know that some of the friends used to work at the hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I personally still think that some of the guys that came in that room, I think they may have still been working at the hotel and was able to get the room real cheap.
I'm almost for certain.
Now, I think the payment for the room was Kenneka.
Mm-hmm.
I think the payment for the room was Kenneka.
Damn.
Hang on, let me read your comment. I have to make your comment bigger. I'm sorry, I don't have on my glasses today. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you, my love.
Shit.
It's huge. I get sad every time I see her, because I remember that day like yesterday. I didn't talk to Kenneka much, but I do remember her being drunk, laying on the bed. I remember her friend coming to get her, saying they were leaving, then coming back into the room a few minutes later, saying she was gone. Everybody kept partying, but that memory has stayed with me ever since. I'm sorry about this case. That's heavy. That's very, very heavy. Um, wow. So yes, so back to that video. It's 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 one of those things where, I'm sorry, back to my theory. I feel like that conspiracy theory here, Kenneka was the payment for the room, and she didn't know it. She didn't know it.
I can't.
So,
I can't subscribe to that.
I kind of, it's my theory, so I'm gonna subscribe to it. Dang it, I kind of can, because, like, in a sense, it makes sense. It makes sense. How is everybody lined up for it or whatever? The room is lined up. Everybody's there. She's inebriated. She's drunk. Why not go ahead and let me piece her off and we call it even? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting.
I thought so. I didn't think that at all.
Interesting.
And majority of the times when that happens, you know, men don't like that. They don't like getting rejected. You know,
Yeah. Especially if it's in front of everybody. For sure.
yeah, especially in front of your homeboys, because then they gon' crack jokes talking about, aha, you can't pull shit. So yeah.
Sorry, just bear with me one moment. Sorry, I'm having a technical difficulty. Just give me one moment. Okay, I think I fixed it. All right. So let's get into the part where the friends call to her mother. Let's get into that, okay? This is where the emotional weight hits. According to later reporting, According to later reporting and lawsuit details, Kenneka's friends contacted her mother, Teresa Martin, around 4 a.m., saying they could not find her. AP later reported that according to the lawsuit, friends alerted Martin that Kenneka was missing around that time. Kenneka's mother went to the hotel, but according to reports, there were delays and confusion over when police could act and when footage could be reviewed and released, and whether she had to be officially reported missing first. Police timeline says Rosemont Public Safety received a call from Teresa Martin at 7:14 a.m. saying she could not find her daughter. A missing persons report was later filed at 12:46 p.m. by Kenneka's sister. So, now imagine being a mother. Your daughter goes to a party. Her friends call and say, "We can't find her." They have her phone, they have her keys, but they don't have her. And every hour that passes, something in your stomach tells you that this is not normal. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. That's beyond scary. That's beyond scary. I think what I if I, excuse me, if I can't get it out. Jesus. If I was a mother, I think what would be so hard for me to accept is that everybody else's child got to come home but mine.
Yeah, I mean,
Why was my
honestly, she wouldn't have known. Honestly, she wouldn't have known because
Thank you.
had her homegirls not called her mama and said, "Hey, did she make it home?" She wouldn't have known. Because they called her and was like, "Hey, we were just making sure, she came home or she made it home because she was drunk, like she was uberly drunk. So we was making sure she made it home." No, her mom sitting here. No, she didn't make it home. What time did she leave? She left at 3. No, she's not here. So honestly, if they wouldn't have called her, she probably wouldn't have known until later.
And then my question is now, okay, so now I'm thinking like somebody that don't want to get caught. So did you call her to cover up some shit? Like let's just be honest about it. If I just did something, I just broke a jar, right? I break the jar. Ow, jar broke. It's not my jar, it's one of my mom's expensive jars. I just break it. I call her, "Hey, have you seen that jar? I'm trying to put something in it and I can't find it." Knowing I just broke it, but I'm putting myself out of the clear of it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I done picked up all the evidence, done threw it away, and she don't even know it. She in there looking for an invisible jar. It's broke. Same thing here. She's gone. Kenneka's gone. We've lost Kenneka. We don't know where she's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where she's at, and I can't say that if they were involved or not. Allegedly, she ended up in the freezer on our behalf, right? They call her mama. So in my opinion, it's one of those things you calling the mom to clear your name. Well, she's not with me.
Yeah.
Have you seen her? That's wild. So it's crazy. I think it's one of those things where, like I said, and especially if that comment is completely accurate, if they called her mom 3 hours later, then that's definitely them figuring out what we do with the body.
I mean, it's not so much of a what we do with the body. It's more so of a. In my opinion, it's not that. Yeah, I feel like it's
Mhm.
them, making it seem like they was being good friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're trying to shift the blame because essentially, if I call if I call your mom and I'm over here, is Mila home? I haven't seen her. The first thing your mom is gonna say is, "Why haven't you seen her? Y'all was at the party together. Why didn't y'all leave together? Why did she leave by herself? Why is she by herself?" You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
the first in my mind. That's the first. Well, in one because I know your mom. That's the first thing that's going to come up of is why.
Yeah.
Why? And I'm pretty sure that her mom, when they called, well, I'm not pretty sure because I went on the phone, but I'm almost shit for sure certain that when they called her mom, she probably said, "Well, why isn't she with y'all? Where did she go? What do you mean you haven't saw her? That's weird."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to hold off on this on well actually I can go ahead and we're gonna talk about the search because everything else is in part two. Okay. So before we get into the search, I'm gonna go ahead and do some paratisements. Yeah, because they didn't call it. Yeah, because if they didn't call, it would have seemed more fishy. Agreed. Agreed.
Mm-mm.
I
I'm
think it would
opposed
have.
to that,
I
especially
I
if they
think it.
don't have, if they don't have that relationship or rapport with somebody's parents
Hmm.
of already calling like, hey, we finna, we're leaving the club. I'm going
Hmm.
home. She's supposed to be coming home. I'm not with her between this time and whatever time we dispersed from each other at this time. So what happens after the fact, or what happens with her, what she does, I wasn't with her.
But what's trying to be understood is we got to cover our ass.
But that's the thing.
So we're gonna call her mom and we're gonna say, "Have you seen her?" We haven't seen her because oh, Terry Hustle the show said, um, if they didn't call, it would have been more fishy on them. They would have looked more like suspects for not calling and reaching out like, "Hey, we haven't seen her. Did she make it home?"
No,
And
because
last time
either way it go, they was gonna be suspects. Either if they told her or not. It's not about,
uh-huh.
covering your own ass. Because if that was the case, everybody would be in there covering their ass, not just you know.
And I think they were because the police interviewed because it's like they said there were 31 people supposedly in that hotel room that night. Allegedly 31 people. Of that 31 people, right?
Hmm.
16 of them were interviewed. 16 of them confirmed that there was 31 people in that hotel, at least 31 people in that hotel room, and all of us saw that girl at least one time.
Yeah.
I'm covering my ass. Hey, I have no idea where your daughter is. Not only do I not only do I have no idea, like for instance, if me and you went to that party, we don't know Kanika from a can of paint. However, we do know at the end of the night some girl came up missing. I'm staying around with the homegirls. Hey, did you find your homegirl? Let's call her mama.
I'm not saying
Hey,
that.
huh?
I'm not saying that. I'm not
I'm
asking
saying
another
I'm saying
bitch.
let's call her.
I'm not asking another bitch, hey, you call your homegirl's mama. I mean, yeah, we not close knit like that, but it's like, just because I came to the party, I'm not finna check for you to call your homegirl's mama. That's none of my business. Because if that was the case, I'm essentially, you know, babysitting. Uh-uh. I'm not.
I don't know. I guess
That's just like us going out with some random girls and just saying, "Hey, me and you best friends," and then we hang out with two other best friends. That's just like me asking one of the best friends, "Hey, you check on your homegirl in the bathroom?"
but that's something I would do. See, I would do that because in that situation, I'm observant, right? So me and you out, we done linked up with two people that we're not as like me and you are close, and we're like this with those other two girls, right?
Hmm?
but I'm observant of all four because we all went out. I'm noticing one of us four is not back from the bathroom, but she's closer to that other friend. Hey, have you checked on such and such recently since she went to the bathroom?
Yeah, that's checking on her, but I'm saying I'm not telling her to call her mama.
Well, yeah, if she's missing, I'm encouraging, hey, have you called somebody that knows her? Have you called her mama? Have you called her sister? Have you called shit? Have you called her teacher? Have you called somebody who knows the girl?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just missing. At that point, I'm in full panic mode. I'm like, what we doing? We gotta find her. Put your Inspector Gadget glasses on. We gotta find her. Jinkies.
Exactly. I'm not doing that for no random.
But I get that. I totally understand. Not everybody would do that. I totally understand. I know you, Mila. I know you're not gonna do it. Not everybody's gonna do it. But I think that's just a personal perspective of who wants to do it. I think that's like a personal problem type of thing
Yeah.
where, yeah, it's like one of those things where
And it's just like
if you,
you said, if what?
I can't get it out, so it doesn't matter.
It's just, I don't know. It's just like, I'm not doing that for no random, just for the simple fact of, if the police come and ask me, what happened at night? This happened. I got here at this time. We linked up with these girls. I don't know them from a can of paint. I don't even know their last name. I don't know nothing about them for real like that. I just know they some cool girls to hang out with. This is our first time hanging out. And I had asked her if she checked on her homegirl because she was inebriated, like super drunk. And she went to go check. Yeah. I don't know what happened after that.
Okay, and you don't. You don't. Just like anybody else who this girl vanished on. We don't know what happened after she vanished. We was kicking it in the club or we was kicking it in the hotel room. Everybody was kicking it. We was drunk. We was, hey, get money. Fuck the niggas. Get money. We was doing all that. Right? We're right. We was boom. We was hitting all that. All right. She vanished. We don't know what happened to her from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing I'm not playing hero, but if we close, I'm gonna call the closest person to you in your family that I know. So this is how I know that they were close because she had that girl's phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it a whole stack band or whatever you want to call it in between. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The year was the year when all this broke was 2017. Everybody had a damn passcode on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I'm going with this?
No.
This is how I know they were close. You got a passcode on your phone. I know your passcode. I got a passcode on my phone. You know my passcode.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right. Her friend Irene, ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Go find her.
Mm-hmm.
Had the passcode to her phone and was able to call her mom. She called the person, the closest person to her because she was close to her.
You ain't gotta have your password to do that. You can tell Siri, hey Siri, call my mama.
Wait, keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Cause that's what I do. I don't unlock my phone. I'll sit this phone right here, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Sometimes if you pick it up and do it, but no, if you sitting this shit down, hey Siri.
But I don't remember. And I'm sorry to cut your knowledge off. I don't remember 2017 iPhones being able to pick up another voice other than yours. Now they can do that. I don't remember 27. I promise you, 2017 iPhone still had the home button. So I know you had to press and hold for Siri to get there.
Mm-mm.
Like I do not remember them being able to voice activate. I believe that was an update.
And the only reason I know that is because somebody I still fuck with has the home button. And
I don't have it no more.
Not talking about you. Whenever I use her phone to call whoever, I don't gotta press that home button.
Yes, but listen, that's an iOS update feature, right? Since 2017, there has been approximately 19 updates to iPhone and more.
But that's what I'm saying.
Updates to the iPhone.
She still has the home button.
No, you're not. We're not understanding each other. So what I'm saying is systemly inside her iPhone, so the 2017 version iPhone she's got it updated to a newer updated version. The iOS update.
Mhm.
That's how you're able to press and hold or hey whatever. But I know 2017 iPhones because me and Markina used to play that all the time. I used to try to act like her and try to do. I remember that. I need to check on Markina. Markina, if you watch it, call my line, girl. I miss you. I need to check on you. But yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you have it.
All right. Respect. Respect. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's get into the search. Oh, before we get into the search, let's get into some parrotisements. Parrotisements are part of the show where we advertise local events and local things that are happening around the Kansas City and surrounding cities of Missouri area in Kansas. This is parrotisements. Yay! Did you clap? Good job. Good job. Focus, focus, focus. Alrighty. Our first parrotisement. Just one moment. My computer's glitching. Oh no. Why can't it? I don't think we're gonna have parrotisements tonight. Let's see. It is StreamYards is not letting me. Okay, so for the first parrotisement, we have the June 20th. It is Paint My Body, hosted by Rashida Jaree. I'll put the link, I'll put the photo in the comments on Facebook so you guys can see the flyer. It is hosted by Rashida Jaree. It is, I believe it starts at 8 p.m. It is on 12th Street. I'll put the flyer in the comments. Secondly, we have the Get It Off Your Chest podcast kickball game. That is on June 21st. All this stuff is happening Father's Day weekend. So fathers, come get out, have some fun, come paint on some bodies on Saturday. Then on Sunday, come play some kickball with concessions by yours truly, Treat Me Crazy, because the treats make you go crazy. Alrighty. I can't even. Oh, computer's frozen. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay. Let's go ahead and get us together and wrapped up. So the search. After the missing person report, police officers responded to the hotel. According to the Rosemont timeline, initial searches and information did not determine whether Kenneka had left the hotel. Later, around 8:29 p.m., officers returned to the hotel as more CCTV was reviewed, and searches continued through the night. Her body was found by a hotel employee around 12:25 a.m. on Sunday, September 10th. She had been missing for roughly 21 hours, from the time police believe she entered the freezer to the time she was found. The lawsuit later argued that if hotel staff had properly monitored cameras or searched the property, Kenneka could have been found sooner. By the time Kenneka was found, it was too late. The hotel freezer had become the center of a national mystery. But part two is where things get even heavier. We talked the autopsy, the toxicology report, the social media videos, the freezer door, the lawsuit, and the question that still haunts this case today. Did Kenneka Jenkins walk into the freezer alone, or did something happen before she got in there? Mila, before I close this out, do you have any additional things that you would like to say regarding this case?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Alrighty, well, if there is nothing further, make sure you guys tune in next week as we talk part 2 of the Kenneka Jenkins case, where again we're going to be talking the autopsy, the toxicology report, the social media videos, the freezer door, the lawsuit, and the haunting questions of the case. So again, it's your girl Perry T, and
The girl Milo B.
And the B stands for beating down this case, and we'll be back next week. No? All right, my bad. Respect. All righty, until next time, you guys have a wonderful night, and we're out. Bye.